All right, so I wanted to go over how to start a new project from the template I gave you and insert a conceptual mass in there, and then talk a little bit about the visibility graphics and how to control what it looks like. So to start a new project from the template, it's pretty easy. You're just going to come over to Model and go to New and browse for a template file. And I gave you a template file, so I'll go to that. And the zip file that I gave you, and it's a 2022, so it's going to have to upgrade, but that's fine. I'm just going to click this and click open, and then click OK. We're going to make a new project from a template file, so it's going to upgrade that and open to the splash screen. And now I want to show you how to get your conceptual mass model into a Revit project. So this is a Revit project. I've just opened it. I'm going to go to my site plan here. There we go. And I'll close my open. If you've made your conceptual mass and you're ready to go and all you have done is started your project, you don't have to open your conceptual mass to bring it in here. You can actually just load it. It's pretty common. You go to Insert and Load Family, and you just navigate to wherever it is that you saved your conceptual mass that you made and click Open. And what it does is it loads it into the Revit family library. So over here in my projects browser, if I expand families, close up the annotation symbols, and under mass, you'll see that it's loaded it in here. And the most common way of getting it and placing it is to go to the architecture tab and the component and place a component. Okay, and so once you do that, it goes to the last family that was inserted, so it's defaulting to this guy because it was the last one that was loaded. And so then you can just left click and place the family, and if I go to my 3D view and go to my massing and site and show mass form and floors, that guy is sitting in there. Okay, another way to do it, so I'm just going to delete this guy and I'll come over to the masses and just delete it, pretend like I never brought it in here, is you can actually have your family open. So let's say that you are working on your conceptual mass family. So here I have it, conceptual mass family open, right? And you have the project started, but there's nothing in it yet. Right, so I have both of these files, the family and the project. You can see it's saying project number 3 up here. And this one's saying the twist RFA, so family. I can go to my family and load into project. And there's 2 different outcomes for this. So if I go to load into project now, I have a 3D view open. So if I go to load into project now, it will let me place this thing in the 3D view, right? Which is a little bit kind of difficult to do. Like you can't really snap to anything. So I'm going to hit escape, double click that guy is, and then delete it again. And so what I like to do is I like to typically be in my site plan and have that be the only window that's open. And then when you come in and load into project, it will allow you to place that, you know, with accuracy in the site plan. You can pick the center and left click. And then if I go to my 3D view, there's that guy. Now another thing can happen. So I'm going to delete my way back out of this guy again. Sort of clean slating everything, right? Another thing can happen is you can be in a view where it's not possible to place anything. So for example, a composition view, a sheet view, you can't actually place 3D objects in a pure sheet view. So if I close my hidden windows there and go back to my family, if I load that into project now and it doesn't have an available view, it'll tell you can't create this kind of element in this view in the current mode. Right, and you're like, oh, okay. But what it's done is the same thing it did on the first one, is it's actually placed that family in here for me to access. So I can go to my architecture tab, go to a view in which I can place it. So I'll go to my site view again, go to component, place a component. It'll come up as the last family loaded, and I can place it. All right. So really loading a family is putting it into this family library for use again. I mean, other ways to load, I actually use this one quite a bit. You can see if you expand, you can see all the types. I can actually left click on 90 and drag it out and place it, you know. So you can actually drag it from the library as well. It's more common to do it from the component, place a component avenue. But okay, that's how to get it in and get it started.